Astrology, myths of 12 constellations. 12 constellations consist of Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Cancer, the only one I could recognize as a crab. These 12 constellations of the zodiac start with the Aries, the ram, in spring, follow the year around through summer, fall, and winter to Pisces, the fishes. Aries. Once upon a time, a king married to a queen and gave birth to 2 babies, a prince and a princess. Then he left her and married another queen, who made up a plot to let the prince and princess die. To that end, she damaged all the seed grain in the kingdom. When the crop failed, the vicious queen claimed that the prince and the princess must be sacrificed. The former queen knew and asked Zeus for help. Just before the hanging, a goat came and carried them away. During flying, the princess slipped and fell to the ocean. The goat successfully carried the prince to safety. In order to honor the goat, Zeus put it on the sky, and this is the myth of the Aries. Taurus. One day Zeus was wandering around. Then he fell in love with an attractive princess who liked playing with a herd of cows. Another day, the princess found a handsome cow in the herd singing beautifully. She fell in love with the cow. When she approached the singing cow, it carried her flying into the sky. On the sky, the cow transformed back to Zeus and asked the princess, "Will you marry me?" The princess said yes, and they lived happily after. Gemini. One day Zeus fell in love with a mortal queen. He turned himself into a swan and had 2 divine babies with the queen. The queen gave birth to another 2 mortal babies with the king, and 2 boys from each side became brothers. Several years later, when mortal brother was fighting against an army, he died, and the immortal brother was so sad as asked Zeus to let him die too. Then the 2 brothers became the constellation of Gemini. Cancer. One day, hero Hercules and Hydra were fighting against each other. Hera, who was the hero Hercules' worst enemy, ordered a giant crab to help Hydra by digging the claws into Hercules' foot. Howling with pain, hero Hercules stamped on the crab furiously, crushing it to death. Hera, being grateful for its help and the imagination of its attempt to help her, honored the crab by placing its image among the stars as the constellation of Cancer. Leo. There used to be a fierce lion, undefeatable. Then hero Hercules killed the beast, and Zeus put the famous lion on the sky as the constellation of Leo. Virgo. The goddess of harvest, Demeter, gave birth to a daughter named Persephone. One day, Hades, the god of hell, wanted Persephone to be his wife and grab her down to the underworld. Her mother, Demeter, was shocked and made the land of the earth dry and barren. People are starving to death. To save the world, Zeus gathered Demeter and Hades and asked Hades to give the daughter back to Demeter. Finally, they reached a compromise. From March to October, Persephone will stay with her mom. From November to February, Persephone will stay with Hades. This myth explains both why the seasons change and how the constellation of Virgo came. Libra. The first day of Libra is September the 23rd, when the length of day and night is equal. This symbolizes balance, equity, and justice, which ancient Greeks cherished the most, so they give Libra a prominent place in the sky. Scorpio. Long, long ago, there was a mighty hunter called Orion. He was often seen hunting in the woods and hills of ancient Greece with his pack of dogs, and he is the tallest and the most handsome man of the world. In order to punish him for being too boastful, Gaia sent the scorpion to sting Orion. Scorpion's deadly venom sent Orion straight to his death. Then Orion became the constellation of his own. His dog becomes Sirius, the brightest star in the heavens, and the scorpion becomes the constellation of Scorpio. Sagittarius. Chiron is a semi-divine centaur, which has the body and head of a man and the hindquarters of a horse. He was good at medicine, horsing, and kung fu. One day, an extreme poisonous sword stabbed him and he was intensely painful. He asked Zeus to pass his divine life to Prometheus and let him die. So he died and became the constellation of Sagittarius, the archer. Capricorn. One day, the semi-god goat Pan was having a party with many other gods. Suddenly, a monster came and all gods were shocked and quickly ran away. The goat tended to turn itself into a fish but only managed to transform its hindquarters into a fishtail. Zeus found the looking of the goat's fish so funny and he put it on the sky as the constellation of Capricorn. Aquarius. One day Zeus was wandering around and found a good-looking young man. He liked the good-looking man and took him to his heavenly palace. Zeus let the man be his personal cupbearer. Zeus was forever fond of his cupbearer, so he honored him by giving him a prominent position on the Greek zodiac as the constellation of Aquarius. Pisces. The goddess Aphrodite and his son Eros lived happily together. One day, they met a horrible monster called Typhon. To avoid him, Aphrodite and Eros dived deeply into the ocean and took the shape of twin fish. When the fierce monster was finally captured by Zeus, Aphrodite, being grateful to the fish who had lent their form to her and her son when they were distressed, put up their image on the night sky. Thus, Pisces became the last constellation of the Greek zodiac.